Hello there, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, welcome to my weather show. We take a look at the weather for the coming week across New Zealand, and a bit of a shift of gears this week, but we're still talking about those troublemakers, cut-off lows, which bring the extremes, and in this case extreme rainfall for New Zealand and also Australia. The wide shot, looking at the globe and what's going on across our part of the world. Clearer skies for Australia, but we've got the westerlies really kicking their way in. The yellow is the cloud, the streamlines show the steering winds, and right off the bat you see that system there. But see how you've got a bend there? That's upper energy developing an upper trough that is developing quite an area of rain that will cut off across parts of the north of the country. Further south and west, I've put it on here because there's stuff brewing that will affect parts of Australia, southeastern Australia, with some significant rain over the course of the week. These are the streamlines. Remember that big blob we saw there? The blue, of course, is upper energy that squeezes the moisture out of the cloud. Now, as we run our way through the course of the week, think of that. That, of course, is New Zealand. That is Australia. And I've mentioned something here. So let's run ourselves through the week. And this is good to see what happens with the push or the steering winds. Look at that. Cut-off low. Remember that low last week over Canterbury? It was a cut-off low. It didn't move. That at least goes away by Wednesday into Thursday. Red is high pressure. And then look at this. That is persistent heavy rain as a southeastern Australia, and that could then be another low that gets towards us for later parts of this week. Let's look at the isobars. So we've got high pressure there, one high there. The blue is the rain. The yellow, of course, is heavy persistent rain. Squeeze the isobars together, strong to severe gales, and as the upper low comes in, it's like energy that develops surface lows, these little ripples that come in. So with that for Northland, right the way down to Coromandel, heavy rain risk going through the course of Monday and right the way really probably middle of the week, and then it goes away. Notice how it just hangs in, heavy persistent rain, strong to severe gales, and then as the upper ridge builds, it pushes it away. Remember this thing? Look at this wind into southeastern Australia. That'll be snow for the snowy mountains. Heavy persistent rain to pile in there, significant rain, could be flooding, and we talk of flooding, heads up parts of Northland, Coromandel for flooding too, as we run through the week. And into next weekend, there'll be that next low to work in. Rainfall-wise, you don't need me to tell you, nothing like, of course, what we saw in parts of Canterbury. But when you see that purple, that is rainfall over 100 millimetres. And that is what we will probably see for parts of Northland and particularly Coromandel going through Monday and Tuesday. That could lead potentially to some slips. Just bear that in mind for some flooding over parts of Coromandel before it goes away. Further south, that's the next system. Notice parts of central Otago drier for the week. And look at this rain here moving into southeastern Australia. Over 100 millimetres of rain, maybe even as close to 200. So that could be quite significant for them over the course of this week. This is Monday. It's wet, it's windy across the northern areas. Auckland right the way down to Coromandel. Heads up for some significant rain, strong to severe gales as the little lows ripple in. Further south, you've got leftover rain going away from parts of Canterbury. It's just bits and pieces. The far south your day is much, much drier, parts of Southland and also Fiordland. And temperatures with that flow pretty where they should be for the time of year, 10, 11, 12 to upper teens. That low is still piling in the rain to Coromandel for Tuesday. We're improving as high pressure builds in. Drizzly, early cloud to eastern areas through Tuesday. Wednesday's a quieter day. We're building the ridge. Notice how the rain, the blue, becomes more patchy. That means it's starting to ease over northern parts of the North Island. An improving day. That thing is just sort of fine for many areas. Frosty as well to the interior far south for Wednesday. Probably Thursday. This is a new front, just a little piecemeal guy that brings patchy rain. Snow levels quite high this week. That, of course, is easing to the far north, so second half of the week is quieter with high pressure. That is winding in some wet weather to Australia. And then it comes in. Friday's a quieter day to get us into the weekend. We've got the blocking high that'll block that from coming in, and then you think, well, what's next weekend going to bring? It might be a new low to come in. It'll be a weakened low compared to what it was doing over Australia. So it's going to be a wet start to the week, then it slowly quietens down for the week. Temperature-wise, check this out. Australia, that of course is cooler air with that next surge. We've got a northerly flow, which means temperatures probably above normal for many of us running through the week. That's how we stay. Pretty similar temperatures. Look at that cold blast. With some snow, of course, for the snowy mountains and much of southeastern parts of Oz into higher elevations. We stay pretty mild, but of course, under that cloud and that rain in places, it won't be that flash through the course of the week. So it will be improving, but as always, there's some ups and downs in our weather. That's the weather for now.